Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon if you are new here, and I am a homeschooling mom to 8 children. Today I am doing another collaboration with Chelsea over at Crispin Land. She does all sorts of videos, day in the life, homeschooling, grocery hauls, meal plans, what's for dinners, all those kinds of things. So if that interests you, make sure you go check out her channel, and I will leave a link for her video sharing all of her favorite mom books in the description box below, so make sure you check that out also. So today we are teaming up to share all of our favorite books as moms, and we decided this can be fiction or nonfiction because I don't read a lot of fiction books. Most of the ones that I read are nonfiction, and so if we did just fiction, I wouldn't have any to share because I probably have some that I enjoy reading, but I don't read a lot of those books. The main reason I don't read fiction books, except for to my children, is because I have a tendency to get caught up in them. I used to read them a lot, and like so much to the point I was neglecting my other responsibilities. And so I decided that I really needed to just stop reading them. So I don't read them anymore myself. I may sometime pick up a couple. There are a few I would like to read to myself, like I'd really like to read the Narnia series, and but I could also read those to my kids. So I read lots of fiction books to my kids, but as a mom I don't read any fiction books in my spare time. I have a few different books here from different categories. That's the word I'm looking for. Different categories. My first category is homemaking. Next category is parenting. Next category is marriage, and the last one is homeschooling. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite books from each category. Not a ton, just the ones I grabbed off the shelf. Some of these I read several times. Some of them I read once and haven't gotten around back to them yet, but they're very good. So I'm going to start with homemaking. This book actually kind of goes with parenting and homemaking. This is by Gloria Furman. It's called Treasuring Christ When Your Hands Are Full. This is a very small book, not big at all. The pages are full, but it's a really quick read, and it is an excellent book. Really, really helps you to focus on Christ when your hands are full with all of the busyness of all the little kids, and helping everyone and serving everyone and taking care of your household and getting the schoolwork done and everything that you do as a mom, being able to make sure you're focusing and treasuring Christ. So this is an excellent book for that. Also, make sure you check the description box if you're interested in any of these. I will put some links down below that you can find them to purchase them. The next one is called Glimpses of Grace, and this is also by Gloria Furman. This is a wonderful book that points you back to the gospel and back to Christ, and shows you how all of the mundane things that you do in your every single day apply, or how you can apply the gospel to them, or how they're important for gospel work. So this is another good, encouraging book that I've actually read this one a couple times. So, and I've actually read this one a couple times too. So read both of them a couple times. So the next one is called Feminine Appeal. This is by Carolyn Mahaney. I am not all the way finished with this book yet. I'm about halfway through, I would say. It's about to right here, halfway through. So far, this book has been really good. It's encouraging. It's 7 virtues of a godly wife and mother. So she goes through Titus 2 and takes all of the character qualities that are listed for a godly woman, and she breaks them down and she talks about them, and she shows how they can apply to life and how they should apply to life, and ways that we can serve Christ as a wife and a mother. This book I read this morning, the portion talking about self-control. She was discussing self-control in your emotions, and I needed it this morning. It was perfect for what I was feeling. Being able to find joy in your circumstances regardless of how your body is acting, or how you're feeling, or how your emotions might be feeling, because our emotions are important, but they're not always true. So being able to discern that and to counsel yourself and to talk yourself into being able to counsel yourself with the word and what the truth is, rather than just believing any thought that popped into our head. So I needed this morning. It's excellent. It was really good. So this is another good book I recommend. The last one is Large Family Logistics. I believe this is by Kim Brenneman, and I think this has a different name now, but I can't remember what it is. So Large Family Logistics, I'm sure if you look this up, it will, the new book will pop up. So this book, the first part, sorry the camera keeps shaking. The first part goes through the Proverbs 31 woman and talks about all the things that she does and using them, applying them in our homes as well. And this is a big book. It's not super thick, but it's big. So the first part does that. The second part talks about how to apply all these things into your home, as like having a large family and homeschooling and having all the kids and everything that goes on, how to apply those in your life. So this is excellent for organization, taming the chaos. If you're lost on how to do your meals, how to keep your home, this is a really good book to teach you how to do that, regardless if you have one kid or if you have 18 kids, whatever. So really good book. Okay, next books are on parenting. The first one is called Don't Make Me Count to 3. This is by Ginger Hubbard, and this was just a really good practical parenting book. She takes you through real life examples and how to discipline and all sorts of things. So really good. Sorry, there's like a note card in there. Really good book for practical parenting. The next one was The Faithful Parent. This is talking about being faithful to the Lord in your parenting. There's many times in my years as being a parent that I have felt like what I was doing was not helpful, or it wasn't doing any good, or it wasn't working. But being able to be faithful to God even in those times, because that's what He calls you to do, rather than doing it for results. So this is another good one to encourage you in that. Next one on marriage is Sweethearts for a Lifetime. This is by Wayne Mack. My husband and I went through this book after we had been married and worked through a lot of our issues. We'd already been married several years, 10 years probably. So we had worked through a lot, but this was helpful even then. Lots and lots of questions to answer together. Really good helping with communication, working out problems, confessing things, you know, just being able to communicate with each other well through this book. So this is one I recommend for marriage. Sweethearts for a Lifetime. And the last one I have is for homeschooling. It is the Charlotte Mason Companion. This is by Karen Andriola. And I have read this book a few times. It's just encouraging, helps you to understand more of the Charlotte Mason philosophy of education and homeschooling. And so if you're interested in Charlotte Mason, this is a good book to read to learn more about her and her way of teaching, which is what I like. I like the Charlotte Mason method. I'm not a pure Charlotte Mason homeschooler, but I do agree with a lot of her teachings and the way that she did things. So this is one that I recommend for that. There are a few other books by Karen Andriola. Lessons in Pine Cones, I think, was one, and then like Lessons from Blackberry Inn or something like that. There's a new one called Mother Culture. I've read the Pine Cones one, half of it, and it's really good. It's like a nature study for a mom, and so she just like goes through and shows how to teach through nature study and with stories and stuff. So it was fun. It was interesting to read. And then the next one was the Blackberry Inn one, and I haven't read that yet, and I haven't read Mother Culture, but I want to read both of those. So those are also recommendations. So this is my last one for homeschooling. Now I'm sure there are lots more in my pile, but I don't have them out. So these are the ones I'm sharing today. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. Make sure you check the description. Go check out Chelsea's video on her favorite books to read. And subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you all next time. Bye.